What's going on, everyone? Sports03 here. Today we're going to look at Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the THEMBERCHAUD. I'm guessing I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I could have it right, THEMBERCHAUD. So it's called a DICELINGS, and it's a 20-sided D&D die that transforms into a cool-looking red dragon. Yeah, so there's the back of the package, and a little 360 for you, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's open it up and have a closer look. All right, so we removed him from his cardboard coffin, and check it out. It's a giant 20-sided die, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I love playing D&D. I've played it for years and years, and I could absolutely sit down and play it again, and I would use this. I would use this as my die if everybody let me do it. I would so absolutely use this thing. So I could tell you, this is like the D&D equivalent of a Rubik's Cube, because I took it apart, played with it, fiddled with it, of course, and it came with some instructions, and you can see I didn't even bother opening them because, you know, why would I do that? I don't need a map. So I don't know what all this stuff is, but I figured I'll share this with you guys. So it's probably some disclaimer stuff, advertisements and whatnot. Yeah, it's just some nonsense. And so it tells you some basic instructions with what I highly recommend you hold on to these. So there you go. And these obviously are going to make it look a lot easier than it actually is, but it gives you a good guideline and whatnot. And it reads on the, let me show you this. So on the back here, look at this on the back, 8 steps. Well, that's a lie. That's a straight up a lie, but that's okay. So let's pull it apart here. And I can tell you, you got to take it apart and take your time, because there's lots of little ball joints and things and everything pops off, and don't let people fool you. This thing is a menace, but it's a lot of fun. It is. It's kind of cool. It's fun. So, but there's a lot of finagling to do with it. So it's kind of self-explanatory. You kind of just pull things apart. You got a bunch of hinges and moving bits everywhere. So you got the outer wings here, straighten those out. Very simple stuff. Anybody who knows anything about Transformers, it's kind of common sense. So you can actually tab these wings all the way up and pop those up. And this one's kind of loose, but you know, whatever. It's a $10 toy. So there are the wings. Very nice. And then on the side here, you can see everything's all curled up and folded together. And basically, you take your time and unfold this mess. and you kind of bend it back, giving up a close look. See all the hinges? This thing is just full of hinges, and these little arms will pop off. Here, I'll even show you. Look at this. Little ball joints. So you can kind of like cheat, just like the old Rubik's Cube, where you can take all the stickers off and reapply the stickers. Well, this is kind of like a little cheat. So that pops off. You can pop that back on. And then here comes the fun part. Regardless of what these instructions say, this thing is just... Oh boy, it's a headache. But it's a fun headache. It is fun. So right here's a little joint. So it's a little tight, so you gotta kind of force it back, and then the back part of the tail here, like so, and kind of move all the bits out of the way. And there's really no specific way you can do this. You just kind of pull it all apart, and then see, look at his arm falling off. And that's what you do. You fiddle with it, spin his little hands around, his little claws. They're on little swivel ball joint thingies. And there we go. And then he's got a little spin action at the waist. And again, his arm falls off. Okay, get back on there. And there we go. Okay, so, and we'll just try to get it all lined up like so. And I know I had this tail up. It's very tough. There we go. It's kind of tabbed it. It kind of tabs in there a little bit, and then it locks into place, which helps for the transformation back into the die form. And a little bit on the end here kind of wiggles back and forth. And then now you have this cool looking dragon, and then you can spend the next 28 minutes trying to get it and pose it just right. So you kind of kick these legs back here like so. And yep, even the little feet are on little ball joints in there, so you can wiggle them around. You can clearly see all the articulation and movable bits and stuff. And then you can fiddle with it and kind of kind of get him to stand up and hang out with you. He'd make a great companion when you're playing D&D with your buddies and your friends and whoever. And it's just, and you can actually use it for a game piece too. I mean, you can take it with you and say, here's my red dragon. Boom. There you go. And then you can use them to enhance your gameplay and such. And that's it. You can pose them however you want, lock these wings up, and then, yeah, and then just have a blast. It's more of a novelty, kind of gimmicky little toy. It's definitely one of those categories where if you're a D&D guy, person, you got to have them all. This is one of them. This is one of the, I got to have them all, everything D&D type thing. Novelty at best, but it's fun. I'm glad I picked it up. It'll go with all my other D&D stuff in my collection for sure. And then again, there's a whole bunch of other ones too. There's a whole other line of these. So check them out, look them up, hit up eBay or Walmart or wherever, Target or whatnot. And that's it. So there you go. It's the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And make sure I read this properly. THEMBERCHAUD. I'm going to say THEMBERCHAUD. I'm pretty sure I got that right. And he's a red dragon. That's kind of cool. So there it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. We'll see you again next time.